How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Battlegrounds Game Center. I am Patrick, and today I got a really exciting video because we got our very first sponsor for the channel. That's right, Tabletop Titans is sponsoring Battlegrounds Game Center now. They sent us out some really awesome Titans terrain to use for some upcoming 40K videos that we will be doing. So I wanted to kind of go over what Titans terrain is so you can see it in its full glory, how it works. And then I will also have links in the description below to their store so you can pick up yourself some Titans terrain today. They also were gracious enough to send us out some Titans dice as well, which I'm very excited about because it's purple, and purple is my favorite color. So that's really cool. But they sent us the full set for the Overgrown Capital. So this is the base set where you have everything you need for a whole table of terrain. And then they sent us the expansion set for the Cathedral Square, which has a really cool giant church, and then a few additional pieces. So we're gonna open up the Overgrown Capital. We'll see all the different pieces that come inside this, and I'll kind of lay it out to show you a little bit how it looks. And then any upcoming videos that we do for Warhammer 40K, which we will be doing soon, we will be using this terrain. And then, of course, if you are interested in, please go ahead and check them out. And subscribe to their channel at Tabletop Titans on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get this open and take a look at it. Okay, so we have the base box here for the Overgrown Capital. So this box has everything you need to just have a full table of terrain right off the bat. You can get the expansion sets and some additional things if you want, but if you want a full table for 40K or Age of Sigmar or any other game, this has got you covered. And it's all nicely packed in a small box. The terrain pieces themselves are these boards here that if you've ever opened a pop-up book, boom, it just pops open like that. And you got yourself a nice piece of terrain. It's got some nice artwork, and then you just kind of lay these out all together to create a table of any size really that you need. But the box does have enough to create a full table for a full 2,000 point game of 40K or Age of Sigmar. So very cool, so that's that one. So we got multiples of those. So there's some duplicates, and then there's some bigger pieces, and then there's pieces that are like, don't have anything on them. They're just like boards to kind of space things out a little bit more if you'd like. So here we have one of our buildings here, and you'll notice some of it's got some Velcro. So when you lay it down flat here, you just kind of push it onto the Velcro and it'll stick. Boom. There, now you got yourself a piece of terrain. And then of course it is an L-shaped building like you use in 40K quite a lot. And then folds back in. You got another one of these here, I believe is the same, because you have a lot of duplicates. Yep. So might need a little bit of bending it out to flatten it, but that's okay. And then it'll Velcro in. And you got yourself another L building. And then just kind of unvelcros. And we've got ourselves a big building here, looks like. So another big L-shaped building, useful for 40K. Just kind of push that in there to get onto the Velcro. And voila. And then lays nice and flat. And again, you can put the buildings together and any configuration that you like to get that look. And this is the Overgrown Capital. They have other options as well. So get that closed. And of course, there's a duplicate of that as well. So you get two of those bigger buildings. And then you got a bigger building here, which has got a nice little opening right there for models to walk through. And some nice open space on the center. And it looks like you get another one of those as well. And then we've got a few more pieces here. So this is a bigger building. Again, with the Velcro here, you got to push it down to make sure it's all nice and Velcroed. Got a nice L-shaped building again, for a different style. It even has the foundation here. So with the new 40K rules, you could be like, okay, so I'm behind this right here, so we know that that's the full foundation for the building. Close that up. Got a second one there as well. And it looks like we got two more here, which are just flat ones, some nice flat ruins. And the cool thing is with this terrain is like you can put it all together, and then of course you can add any additional things you'd like trees or bushes, stuff like that. If you watch any of their videos on their channel, they tend to augment it in a way, and it really looks cool when it's all put together. So we'll put a few of these together to show it. I'll off here in a minute once we get to the second box, so you can kind of see a whole spread. But then I believe this is just a duplicate of that. So then you got some wider boards there as well. And you could also be like, hey, this is hindering terrain or something like that, especially for like AOS or any other game. So very cool. So that is the base box for the Overgrown Capital, but then we also have the Cathedral set, which we'll look at right now. So we have the Cathedral set here, which has a 2-part church. Now I did open this one originally and look at it because I was really excited about it. So you can see how massive it is. So it's got 2 different parts to it. So we'll get those out first, and then we'll look at the rest. So to start, we have the massive church part here, which let's see if I can widen it up a little bit so you can really see how big this piece is. Got the entranceway there, and of course it's adorned with skulls and such. So legally distinct, 40K, right? But yeah, so then you have that part there, and then if you want, there's a secondary part here that you can add in, and you can connect them, kind of flatten them out a little bit, but yeah, and then they'll connect, and you have a giant church in the center of your board, which is really cool. You, of course, can have this separated or however you want, but it's a nice little configuration there for a really cool centerpiece for the terrain. So we'll close that up, and then of course it just closes right up nicely. And it all fits back in the box, and you just put it on the shelf. Got another piece here, which is another bigger block style house. Very cool, and there's 2 of those. So we got the second one there. Then we've got another big building. So this set has a lot of bigger buildings in it. So this is more of a T-shape style building. And I believe you get 2 of those as well. Very cool. You got the walkways there. There's the second one. And then one of the cool things that this one comes with is these little half boards, so you can kind of space out things how you want. So it's not as uniform, so then you have a little bit more variety in your board setups. And of course, if you get multiples of these, I mean, you can really do different combinations, and then of course there's different sets. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put it all together, just a little bit of a board here with some minis so you can see it in all its glory. So this is a nice little setup of the Titans Terrain Overgrown Capital with the Cathedral Square expansion set. So you can kind of see what it looks like with all the models next to it, the scale of it, how it gets put together. Very simple. You can build a table in just a few minutes, and then you can pack it away for easy storage. I want to thank Tabletop Titans again for sending over all of this awesome stuff. They sent us over a full set of the Overgrown Capital and the Cathedral Square, as well as some really cool purple dice with their logo on it. These dice are really nice. They're purple, so I love them already. And everything that you see here, you can get on their web store. I will have that linked in the description below. And then be sure to subscribe to their channel on YouTube, which I will also have linked in the description below. Thank you guys again for taking the time to check out this awesome product. And thank you to Tabletop Titans for sponsoring this video, as well as our upcoming 40K battle report videos and such that uses this terrain. Can't wait to get it to the table. If you guys enjoyed this content and you want to see more like it though, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. But until next time, I'm Patrick at Battlegrounds Game Center. See you later.